In today's video, I have to survive 100 days as a evoker. And also, I have 3 objectives. First, craft myself a totem of undying. Second, build my very own outpost. And finally, defeat the Ender Dragon. Will I be able to survive 100 days as a evoker in hardcore Minecraft? Keep watching to find out. So here we go, our journey begins on day 1, and the first thing I noticed, there was a chest right in front of me. So I opened it up and I found myself a sword, also some apples, some bread, and also some torches. And also I found myself a second chest right here, so I opened it up and I found myself a totem of undying. So now what I wanted to do was to go around exploring. I wanted to see what I could find. So I came across this room right here, nothing special really. So I headed downstairs and I headed to the armory room. Opened up a chest right here and I found myself a stone pickaxe and also some torches. And also there was a second chest, and this time it had some even better loot. I was very surprised. So after that I headed outside and I wanted to go and get myself some materials. So I headed to the nearest mountain and I got myself some stone and also some coal, but also I needed some wood. So I went to the nearest dark oak tree right here and I started chopping it down and collecting myself plenty of wood. But there was also one more thing I needed. I needed some food. So I went out and I found myself some cows. So I went over to the cows and I got myself some food. So I made myself a furnace so I could actually cook all my food, and also I made myself some leather boots. This was amazing. And then as I was exploring, I noticed that the sun was already setting, but that was okay. Mobs did not attack me and I would be okay. So I continued exploring and I found myself this cave right here, and the good thing was I found myself some iron. I was super happy. So I collected myself all the iron right here, and I also found myself this zombie with chain armor. This is pretty cool. And then, as I left the caves, there it was. A village. So I carefully made myself a way over to the village, entered this villager's house right here, and I started attacking the villager. I wanted to get myself some emeralds. So I took out the villager, and there it was, emeralds. So I took out this villager right here, left the house, turned around, and there it was, an iron golem. I couldn't believe it, so I made a run for it. I used my crossbow the best I could to take out the iron golem. And then, finally, I took my final shot, and there it was, the iron golem has been defeated. So all the villagers are gone, so what I decided to do was to actually take all their stuff. So I took their bed, took their stone cutter, took all their crops and food, and also their brewing stand as well. There was one last thing to do, was to set the place on fire. So I made myself a flint and steel and I set all the villagers' homes on fire. So I just used the flint and steel to actually set fire to all these homes right here. And yeah, I don't think the villagers would be so happy if they would find out their village has been destroyed. So after that I headed back to the woodland mansion and I wanted to make myself some chests so I could actually store some of my items in. And also, I made myself a very simple doorway right here. And once I was at the village, I also found myself this bell. So I decided to put it up on the wall. And yeah, it looks awesome. So later on that day, what I decided to do was to actually make myself an indoor food farm. So I cleared out a bunch of space right here and I started work on an indoor food farm. Used some dark oak wood, placed in a bunch of dirt, placed in a few torches, then planted all the food. Yeah, the food farm is pretty much done. Day 3 to 8, I wanted to now go to the caves and get myself loads of materials. So I headed out and I found myself this ravine right here. So I jumped down and I collected myself a few pieces of iron. And then as I was mining in a straight line, there it was. Diamonds. I couldn't believe this. So I collected myself all the diamonds right here, and I also ran into a mine shaft, which is pretty cool. So I found myself a few pieces of iron right here and also some gold as well. And I went to go and explore the mine shaft a bit. I wanted to see what I could find. And then as I turned the corner, I couldn't believe it. More diamonds. This was amazing. So I collected those as well. So I found myself this really nice cave right here. And I found myself some lapis, which was amazing. Once I'm in the caves, I also wanted to collect myself some obsidian. So I made myself a diamond pickaxe and I went to go and get myself plenty of obsidian. And now I wanted to head home. But I ran into this fish right here, which is pretty interesting, if I had to say so myself. But anyways, I made it to the surface. So I went home and smelted up all the stuff that I collected. Day 10, I made myself a full set of iron armor, which is amazing. After that, I destroyed all these beds right here because I wanted to actually place in my nether portal right here. So I placed in a bunch of obsidian, lit it up, and there it is. So what I decided to do was to actually go through and get to the other side. And yeah, there wasn't really much really, just a bunch of soul sand. So I went exploring and I found myself this bastion, which was pretty cool. And I found myself this chest. And yeah, it had some very nice loot. Glowstone, I might need some of this. So I opened up this chest right here and I found myself this crossbow. So I left the bastion and I wanted to actually find myself a second bastion. So I headed out and finally I found myself a second bastion. So I entered the bastion and I wanted to go and get myself all the gold. So I jumped down, collected myself all the gold right here, and yeah, there was so much gold, which was amazing. Hey, a diamond helmet. Yes, I'll take that, boys. And then, as I was about to leave the bastion, I was hit by a magma cube, and it knocked me into the lava. This was bad, but luckily, I had my totem of undying with me, and that saved my life. And wow, that was close. Day 18, I finally get back to the nether portal, and I get home, and what I decided to do was to do a bit of farming. And I also wanted to make myself a totem crafter. And there it was. So what I decided to do was to actually make myself a totem of undying. So I just used a bit of gold, some emeralds, and also a diamond. So I made 2 of them, just in case. Also, I haven't really explored the mansion that much, have I? So what I decided to do was to go around and explore the mansion. I wanted to see what I could find. Found this secret room right here, entered, and yeah, nothing really. Just a tree and some axe right here. Is that supposed to be Steve or something? So I entered this room and I found myself, whatever this is, I don't even know what this is. But then I found myself at this chest. Opened it up and I found myself some okay loot, honestly. Day 19, I made myself some golden apples. And I also wanted to do a little bit of exploring. And then, there it was, another village. I know what I had to do. I had to take out all the villagers and get myself some emeralds. Also found myself at this house right here, and yeah, had a few useful things, honestly. And then there it was, the iron golem. So I got my crossbow and I started shooting the iron golem. So I tried to use my axe right here, but unfortunately, it didn't really work, and it almost cost me my life. And you guessed it, I had to set fire to the village once again. And there it is, the village has been destroyed. Day 20, I was out exploring, and then there it was, an outpost. So I headed over there the quick as I could, and yeah, everybody seemed rather friendly. So I entered the outpost, and I found myself some enchanted bottles. So I left the outpost, and I continued to see what else I could find. Found this ice spike biome, which is pretty cool. And then finally, by day 21, I found myself a mushroom biome. This was amazing. So I headed over there the quick as I could, but there wasn't really much, honestly. Just mushroom cows and a bunch of mushrooms. But then, as I got to the ocean and I could see in the water, there was some fish. So what I decided to do was to get myself a pet fish. And there it is. Wow, we finally have a pet fish. I was super happy. The next day I found myself a desert right here. And the good thing was, there was an outpost right here as well. What's the odds? Look, a desert temple. So I entered the temple and I found myself some very, very nice loot. Day 23. I was walking back to my mansion and then I noticed it was on fire. This was bad. So I panicked and I made myself a way over there the quick as I could. Couldn't believe it. Our mansion's on fire. Who could have done this? So I quickly made myself a way into the mansion right here, and this was bad. There was fire everywhere. I couldn't believe it. So I tried my best to take out all the fire, but it was no use. I couldn't do it, but I had to get to my room. I had to go back and get all my stuff. So I made a run for it. And then as I turned this corner, even more flames. But I had to keep going. I had to get through. So I tried my best to get all through the fire right here, and I did. I got through, and I had to make a run for it to my room. As I got to my room, I couldn't believe it. All the fire. I panicked. I tried to take out the fire, but I had to be quick. I had to collect all the things I needed. So I collected my token crafter, also my brewing stand, and also my gold and food. and in seconds, everything was on fire. I had to make a run for it. I had to get out. Finally, we're out of here. That was close, but I need to get a better view. Let me climb up this tree right here. I can't believe it. Who would have done this? So for the next couple of days, I wanted to go round and find a new place to live. Then a day later, as I was exploring, I could see off in the distance there was some sort of building, so I headed over there. So I made it over there and yeah, there was pillagers, my friends. So I thought, why not? Let's set up camp around here. There was a massive ravine right here, but that was okay. I set up camp right here, placed in a few crafting tables, my bed, and also a chest, but I needed some wood. So I went over to the forest and I collected myself some wood. And yeah, I collected myself loads of dirt because I wanted to fill this area right here with all dirt to make it all level. Then finally, by the next day, I finished placing in all the dirt. And to my surprise, we have a visitor. And yeah, he didn't really trade anything good, honestly. Hey, but he did drop some leads. I'll take those. Later on that day, I wanted to actually make myself a bit of a farm because I didn't have a way of getting food properly. So I made myself a very simple carrot and potato farm. And to finish off the day, I wanted to make myself a bit of a cobblestone path right here. Day 28 to 36, I wanted to now build my very own outpost. So I placed in a bunch of wooden logs right here and also some stone bricks. And for the top, I used some oak planks right here. Also made the roof, and I kind of wanted to use the same design from the other outpost that was nearby. So I kind of copied the other outpost roof design. So I tried my best to make it look the same. Placed in a bunch of stairs as well, and also I gave it a bit more detail. Hey, I made myself a very simple staircase right here. Looks awesome. And also I thought I'd use some item frames right here just to add a bit more decoration. Finished it up by adding some more slabs in, and yeah, it looks awesome, but it is missing one thing. I'm missing a bit of decoration, so I headed to the forest and got myself some leaves, and also I collected myself some flowers as well. And yeah, this makes it look a lot better. Day 37, I did a bit of farming and also made myself some golden carrots. And I also wanted to go back to the caves and get myself some obsidian and also loads of diamonds. So I headed back to the caves and I found myself a few pieces of iron, which was very nice. So I collected myself a few pieces of obsidian so I could make myself an enchantment table. Even better, I found myself some diamonds. So I made sure to collect plenty of these diamonds, so I had enough for a full set of diamond armor and also some tools as well. Finally, day 45, I finally make it back to the surface, and to my surprise, we're right outside my home. I couldn't believe it. So I made myself an enchantment table right here, and there it is, we finally got an enchantment table. I was super happy. And then finally, I make myself a full set of diamond armor, and there it is. Wow. We finally have a full set of diamond armor. And I can't forget about diamond tools as well. Day 46, I made myself an armor stand so I could actually display all my armor. Made a bit of an area for the enchantment table to go. Used a variety of blocks like stone bricks, cobblestone, and also a bunch of slabs. Did a bit of decorating, adding a few leaves around, a few vines, and also some lanterns as well. And yeah, this place looks awesome. And to finish off the day, once again, I wanted to actually fill in a bunch of dirt right here. Day 47, I made myself a few cobblestone walls right here. Very simple, but very nice. And yeah, our place is getting along very well. I'm super happy. Day 48 to day 50, I wanted to now make myself a bit of a storage area. So I dug out a massive space underground. So I placed in a bunch of chests right here, placed in a few wooden slabs. And I also wanted to do a bit of decorating to the outside. So I placed in a few lanterns right here. And to finish it off, I placed in a few more chests. And there it is. The storage room is pretty much done. And I also can't forget about this thing right here as well. And yeah, our place is looking awesome. With the enchantment area, all the decoration, and also the watchtower. This place is looking amazing. But I almost forgot about my pet fish. So what I decided to do was to make him his very own pond. All I had to do now was to place in my pet fish. There it was. And the good thing is, he really seemed to like his new home. He was super happy. Day 52, I wanted to go back to the caves and get myself a little bit more obsidian so I can make myself a brand new nether portal. So I got home and I thought this looks like a perfect spot for the nether portal. So I built it right here. I lit it up and I went through. So I got through to the other side, and now what I wanted to do was to actually go and find myself a fortress. After a couple of days of exploring, I found myself this fortress. So I didn't hesitate and I quickly made myself a way over to the fortress. Built myself a way up right here, and I took out this wither skeleton right here and he dropped a wither head. Surprisingly. But anyways, I found myself some nether wart, so what I decided to do was to actually collect myself a few pieces. Finally, I found myself a blaze spawner, and I collected myself loads of blaze rods. Also, I needed a few ender pearls, so I went to the warped forest, and I fought some endermen. This took a little time, but finally I had enough ender pearls, and I wanted to go and collect myself some warped wood as well. I might use this for some future builds. And finally, I get back to the nether portal. Day 60, I want to build a nether wart farm, so I placed in a bunch of soul sand, placed in some soul soil as well, used some of that warped wood that I collected, and yeah, it definitely went very well with this build. Placed in a few fences, and also I decided to make myself these torches right here as well. And yeah, these definitely give it a lot more detail. Later on that day, I make myself some Eyes of Ender. So the next day, I wanted to go and find the stronghold. So I threw my Eye of Ender and I headed that way. Day 62, I finally found the stronghold. So I rushed over there the quick as I could and I collected myself loads of bookshelves. I needed loads of these for the enchantment table, so I made sure to get loads. Once I was in the library, I also found this chest, and it had this very good book, and I'm definitely going to put this on my crossbow. And then, as I made myself way down these stairs, there it is, the end portal. So I placed on some Eyes of Ender, and yeah, we only need 5 more now. So I continued to explore the stronghold to see what else I could find. And to my surprise, I couldn't find anything, honestly. I looked around, couldn't find anything, so what I decided to do, you guessed it, go home. Got home, chopped down a bunch of trees so I could get myself loads of wood and make myself loads of bookshelves. So I finally have enough bookshelves, so I placed them all in. And there it is, my enchantment room is now done. After that, I did a bit of enchanting on some of my armor and got myself a protection 3, and also I got myself this really good pickaxe as well. It's time to put those books on my crossbow, so that's what I did. But sadly, I didn't have enough levels for the rest of my armor and tools, so I headed back to the nether and I went to go and get myself loads of core blocks. And there it is, we finally have enough levels now, it's time to go home. So I get home and enchant all my armor and tools. So I combine my helmet with that other helmet to make a very good helmet. And there it is, all our armor and tools are now fully enchanted. Wow. There's one thing I noticed. I noticed that my fish was quite sad. So what I decided to do was to go out and get myself some lily pads and also collect myself a few pieces of seagrass as well. So finally I get home, place in all the seagrass and also some lily pads, and yeah, my pet fish was very happy. After that, I decided to make myself a few more cobblestone walls right here to give it a bit more detail and also add a bit more of a pathway right here. So now what I wanted to do was to actually make myself a bit of a potato farm and also wanted to make myself a bit of a wall as well. So I cleared out a bunch of trees right here and also cleared out a bunch of dirt as well. And the next day I wanted to make a bit of a wall area right here, and I also finished up on a bit of a potato farm right here. And yeah, our area is pretty much done. This definitely makes the place look a lot better. Day 82, I wanted to get myself a pet horse, so I found this lovely black horse right here and I wanted to tame him, and then there it was. We did it. Wow, we finally have a pet horse. So I decided to make him his very own home. And yeah, the good thing is the horse really seemed to like it. So day 83, I wanted to find myself a jungle, but before I headed out, I noticed that there was like so many pillagers right here. But anyways, I came across this pink sheep right here, which is pretty rare and pretty awesome. So what I decided to do was to go say hi. So I said hello to the pink sheep right here, and then finally, after a bit of exploring, there it was. A jungle. So I rushed over there as quick as I could, and I collected myself some bamboo, and I also came across some watermelons as well. So I made sure to collect those because I'll need those for potions. As well, I found myself a jungle temple, which is pretty cool. So I headed into the jungle temple. Yeah, there was like a diamond and some iron. Amazing. So I left the jungle, went out to explore a little bit more, and I found myself another woodland mansion. So I didn't hesitate and I went to go and investigate. So I entered the mansion. I found myself at this farm. Nothing special really, but I did find myself some melons. And also some pumpkins. So I decided to collect myself some. So it is now time to head home. So I made myself a way out and I went home. Day 91, I finally arrived home. And the first thing I wanted to do was to make myself a melon farm. So I just made a very, very simple melon farm right here. And also I crafted myself some glistering melon slices as well. I made myself a few health potions and also I made a few strength potions as well. Day 92 to 94, I wanted to now go back to the Nether and collect myself plenty of blaze rods. It is now time. It is now time. It is now time to go and defeat the Ender Dragon. So I collected all the stuff I needed from my chest, said goodbye to all my pets, and I headed out. So I headed to the stronghold, and there it was, the end portal. So I placed on all the Eyes of Ender, and there it was. So I didn't hesitate, and I jumped straight through. Got through to the other side, and there it was, the Ender Dragon. But I know what I had to do. I had to take out all the end crystals. But the thing is, the Ender Dragon was not happy whatsoever. The Ender Dragon was doing so much damage, I had to move. I had to be quick. I had to take out all the end crystals. So I couldn't reach this other end crystal, so I made myself a way up, got to the top and took out this end crystal, and there it is. We only have 2 more. I can do this. So I got my crossbow and shot this other end crystal. So I took my final shot, and there it was. All the end crystals have been destroyed, and then the Ender Dragon tried to fire at me, so I had to get out of the way. It is now time to do damage to the Ender Dragon, but the Ender Dragon was well too strong. It was doing so much damage. So I had my strength potion, and it was time to end this. And there it is. Wow, we did it. We finally defeated the Ender Dragon. I can't believe it. So I collected myself all the XP, and I also wanted to get myself a dragon egg as well. And there it is. And wow, we did it. We finally defeated the Ender Dragon. All I had to do now was to go home. So I finally get home, and what I decided to do was to actually make a bit of an area for the dragon egg to go. So I just used a bunch of quartz blocks, and all I had to do now was to place in the dragon egg. Wow, there it is. We did it. Day 99. What I decided to do was to go back to the Woodland Mansion. I wanted to get one good look at the Woodland Mansion for the final time. So I headed over to the mansion. Wow, this place looks destroyed. And yeah, just look at this place. There's like nothing left. So I made myself a way up to my old room, and yeah, some of this stuff here has survived. Like my bed and a few of my chests right here. But I did find my old pair of leather boots. That was pretty cool, I guess. And yeah, my farm survived as well. And yeah, just look at all this damage. I wonder who could have done this. And there it is. Wow, we finally did it. We finally survived 100 days in hardcore Minecraft. Wow, what a journey this has been. Well guys, this is where our journey ends. 100 days in hardcore Minecraft. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys all next time. Peace out.